All right, Coach, off to a great start this season. Just talked to Ari, and she was talking about the team camaraderie and how much more exciting the start has been
Yeah.
because of everything kind of off the court with the girls. What have you seen in that?
Yeah, same exact thing. I mean, we've obviously have a lot of talent on this team, but we also have a lot of team chemistry, and so I think the combination of that's really allowed for this to happen, and really looking forward to seeing where it can all take us.
And you saw the number in front of the team, and they talked about how excited they were about seeing 3, and it's going to fluctuate during non-conference play and everything. But to see that you're being recognized for what you accomplished in the non-conference slate, how cool was that for you?
Right. I mean, and it's just so happy for these kids and the fact that that was the highest ranking ever. I mean, it's something that they deserve, that they worked really hard for. Yeah, it's it's one of those things where that number, it is what it is, and as long as we just take care of business in the SEC and get enough W's there, the number will be just fine, and then you can start looking at seeding for NCAA and things like that. But right now, we just want to focus on the University of Florida, and they're the defending national champions, so a big name in college tennis. So we're just it's a kind of a cliche, but just taking it one match at a time. Right now, that's all we're worried about, and then after that match, we'll worry about South Carolina.
I was going to say, how do things change when you get to the SEC and you really put it pretty bluntly? The national championship is
Right.
for us in the first match. So
Right.
So how do things change when you take on SEC teams?
Yeah, I mean, the SEC is such a tremendous league in every sport, but in women's tennis especially. It doesn't change as much as far, the format's still the same. The level of teams that we've played, it doesn't change that much because we've played, UCLA, we played North Carolina, we played Texas, we played Oklahoma State. I mean, we played all these top 10, top 5 teams. So from that standpoint, it maybe doesn't change quite as much. Winning an SEC title or being in contention for an SEC title is something that obviously would be fantastic. And so if we can take a huge step towards that this weekend, that would be fantastic.
And how much does it help having a veteran unit like you had, some players who got to see a lot of good action last year right back at it?
Right. I mean, just we come back to that leadership, the chemistry, just the hard work, and then the fact that we're at home that first weekend. It really sets up, very well for us, and really looking forward to this weekend.
And let's talk about home real quick with the last question, having this indoor. And
Yeah.
Well, how nice was that in the non-conference schedule? And fans really turned out for the first
I tell you, it's amazing that this building opened in January, and as you know, we've had quite a bit of rain, and so had we not had this building, we would have been in trouble as far as the amount of practice we would have been able to get in. Oxford's such a big tennis town, and so many fans here. I think they were excited and curious to see this building, and if really, so for the men's matches, for the women's matches, we've had fantastic crowds, and so I think that's only going to increase, because of the results, but also because now the SEC matches.